Usually, when you experience rejection, you feel ashamed. You feel disappointed. But Romans 5, verses 3 to 4, which I talked about last week, says, not only so, but we glory in our sufferings because we know that our sufferings produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. The next verse, which I didn't address last week, Romans chapter 5, verse 5 says, and hope does not put us to shame. Another translation says, hope does not disappoint. King James Version says, hope maketh not ashamed. You see, when rejection comes at you, it makes you feel shame. But hope does not put you to shame, or hope maketh not ashamed. In other words, hope counters the shame that rejection brings. So when rejection comes with shame, hope comes with a counter. So hope makes it null and void. When you have hope, you're able to counter the disappointment. Rejection brings disappointment, but hope turns the disappointment into an appointment for you to fulfill your destiny. Have hope that what is happening to you is happening for you. Have hope that things are working for your best. Have hope that God would turn what was meant for evil against you for your good. I believe it's Hebrews chapter 6, verse 19 that says, hope is the anchor of the soul. And we know what an anchor does for a boat. An anchor keeps the boat in place despite the waves of the water that might cause it to float away without the anchor. Rejection may want to cause you to float away in despair. But when you respond with hope, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you stable. It keeps you steady despite the waves. The waves may be happening around you, but you're kept steadfast by the hope inside of you. Have hope. Jesus is our hope. Which goes back to point number 1, have faith in God. And through him, he gives you the hope to be steady, a hope that anchors your soul despite the disappointment, a hope that turns the disappointment into an appointment for you to fulfill your destiny. Proverbs 13, verse 12 says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. I like to put it this way. Hope then, referred, makes the heart healthy. So have hope to counter the shame that rejection brings. And the third thing that you have to deal with is the person or the entity that rejects you. And I encourage you to respond with love. Really, when I say respond with love, I really mean respond with forgiveness. Last week, I expounded on Romans 8:28, which says, and we know that God causes all things to work together for the good. But it doesn't say God causes all things to work together for the good for everybody. It says, and we know that God causes all things to work together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. When you respond with love, when you love people, it's an expression of your love for God, because God has shed his love in our hearts through his Holy Spirit, Romans chapter 5, verse 5, and that love enables us to love others as well. So when you're loving others, you put yourself under the umbrella of those who love God and put yourself under those that are destined to allow God to cause whatever it is that's happening to them to happen for their good and to happen for his purpose for their lives. So I encourage you to respond with love. And like I said, by love, I mean forgiveness. Forgiveness is an imprint of love. If love was a hand, forgiveness would be its fingerprint. In 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8, the Amplified Version says, Have intense and unfailing love for one another, for love covers a multitude of sins, meaning it forgives and disregards the offenses of others. So, by loving somebody or responding with love to someone who rejected you, or to an organization or to an entity that rejected you, I am really saying forgive them. I know people find it difficult to forgive. I spoke extensively on forgiveness and in my other channel, While You're a Single TV. And if you haven't seen that recording, I encourage you to check out the link below. It will direct you to that series. All the same, one of the challenges with forgiving someone is thinking that you're letting the person off the hook. You think that we're letting someone get away with what they did to us, but that's not the case. Forgiveness is not about someone getting away with what they did to you. It's about you getting away from what was done to you. When you forgive someone, it doesn't mean you're letting the person off the hook. It means you're letting yourself off their hook so that you can move forward to your destiny. So I want to encourage you to overcome rejection by responding with faith, with hope, and with love. And when you respond with faith, hope, and love, not only will you successfully deal with rejection, you'll also get a great deal out of it. Thank you for listening to this series. Check out the final part of this series next week. I'm going to be sharing another prime example of someone who went through rejection and overcame it and got to the place that God destined for them. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for sharing with people that you know need to hear this. Thank you for your time. Take care and stay blessed.